Welcome to Animal Stories for Kids. If you like our stories, please give us a 5-star rating, subscribe to our podcast, and share it with your friends and family. Plus, check out exclusive show-related content and join the community at patreon.com/Animal Stories for Kids. And now, it's time for our story. Once upon a time, there was a barracuda named Tiago. Tiago the barracuda lived in the cool, shimmering waters off the coast. He was silver and zipped beneath the waves really fast. Tiago the barracuda had a long body with shiny silver scales that he loved flashing around and yellowish fins. His teeth? Sharp. His stare? Intense. And his favorite thing to do? Swim fast. He zoomed around in the water with his strong tail, so fast that sometimes he raced his own shadow just to see if he could beat it. But as fast and as shiny as Tiago was, he was very, very lonely. No one wanted to swim near him. When he glided into a patch of reef, the anchovies scattered. The mullets dove into the sand. Even the starfish seemed to curl tighter when he passed by. "I don't get it," Tiago the barracuda muttered one morning, floating near a bed of seagrass. "I haven't done anything wrong." He never roared or splashed or snapped at anything. He didn't even chomp unless he was hunting little fish for dinner, which, yeah, okay, he had to do, but he tried not to scare anyone else. "Maybe it's the teeth," he said to himself, showing a big, toothy grin to an empty seashell that he could kind of see his reflection in. "Yikes. Yeah, it's probably the teeth." What Tiago didn't understand was that barracudas are known for staying still and staring at other creatures before they dart forward with lightning speed to eat it. Tiago the barracuda thought he was being polite and calm when he stayed still. But to other sea creatures, it felt like they were being watched by a scary sea monster with sharp teeth that can zip fast and eat them fast at any moment. Tiago didn't mean to scare anyone. He just didn't know how to make space for other fish in a way that helped them feel safe around him. He found out the hard way that staying still in the water wasn't exactly helping others feel safe when he was around. One day, Tiago the barracuda spotted a school of small fish gliding along a reef. They flicked and shimmered in the light. So shiny, so fast, so fun. "Ooh," Tiago whispered, his eyes sparkling. "Perfect." He slowed his swimming and hovered still in the water, watching them from a short distance. And he remembered that staying still might scare them. So, he slowly and gently swam closer. Then, they vanished. "No, wait," he called out. "I was trying to give you space and was slowly coming by to say hi." But they didn't come back. Tiago the barracuda sank down toward the sand, his fins drooping. He had tried. He really had. Late that afternoon, the water felt emptier than usual. Tiago drifted to a quiet place where the seafloor was bare and open. No coral towers, no seagrass, just him and the soft blue water all around. "I guess this is my spot now," he mumbled. "Lots of space. No one to bother, I guess." But then, something shimmered at the corner of his eye, so he looked. It was a shiny object, and it was twirling down slowly through the water. It was a bracelet, probably dropped from a human from a boat above, and it caught the sunlight and shimmered in the water while falling slowly to the seafloor. Tiago the Barracuda zoomed toward it, mesmerized by the shiny object. He loved shiny things. Things that shimmer and sparkle made Tiago light up. But just as he got close, something else darted in front of him toward the shiny object. A sea lion pup, curious and playful. Tiago froze. The pup paddled clumsily toward the shiny bracelet with its mouth open. It didn't know any better. It might try to bite it, or worse, swallow it. And Tiago didn't want the sea lion pup to choke on anything. Without thinking, Tiago shot forward in an instant, and he grabbed the ring in his jaws right before the sea lion pup did, and he turned away. The startled sea lion pup yelped and spun out of the way, and then paddled off in a blur. Tiago the Barracuda hovered in the water, with the bracelet dangling from his mouth. Just then, a human snorkeler came from above the surface and looked down and spotted him. The bracelet, the teeth, the barracuda. They stared for a long second. Tiago then gently spit the bracelet onto the sand and backed away. The snorkeler scooped it up and swam off. No one said thank you. No one clapped. But the sea lion pup was safe, and that was enough. That evening, Tiago the Barracuda found a rock ledge near the reef and rested beneath it. The sun was setting above, and the sea was turning dark and soft. He didn't move. He barely even blinked. Then he heard a voice. "Hey, I saw what you did earlier." Tiago turned slowly. It was a single anchovy that was swimming nearby. Just the one. "You scared that sea lion away," the anchovy said, "but not because you were hunting or trying to eat it." Tiago the Barracuda nodded in agreement and said, "It was gonna eat the shiny thing, and I didn't want it to choke." "You helped," the anchovy said. Tiago looked at the anchovy, surprised. "You're not swimming away from me?" "Nope," said the anchovy. "Well, why not?" asked Tiago. The anchovy said, "Because this space feels okay right now." Tiago the Barracuda didn't say anything, but something inside him settled down, and he didn't feel so sad and alone. He had always been trying to fit in, but maybe what he needed, what everyone needed, was just to feel safe being themselves, and for someone else to make space for that, even a barracuda. The anchovy gave a little flick of its tail and swam beside Tiago. "Do you mind if I stay here for a while?" it asked. Tiago glanced at the anchovy, his eyes soft. "Yeah," he said. "I'd like that." The two of them drifted in place, side by side, letting the soft current carry them ever so slightly. The reef wasn't quiet because it was empty. It was quiet because it felt safe. Far above, the stars shimmered on the surface of the water. And deep below, a barracuda who once felt misunderstood shared the water with an anchovy who truly saw him for who he was. And it wasn't the flash of scales or the speed of his tail that made Tiago special that night. It was the way he made space for someone else, and someone else made space for him. And the Barracuda lived happily ever after. The end. The barracuda is a long, fast fish that lives in warm oceans. Barracudas have sharp teeth, a pointy face, and a body that looks like a torpedo or an underwater missile. Barracudas are carnivores, and they're known for being super fast swimmers and very good hunters. The barracuda belongs to the family Spiranidae. There are about 20 different species of barracuda in the world, and the most common species are the great barracuda and the Pacific barracuda. Great barracudas can be found in tropical and subtropical oceans, especially in the Atlantic Ocean, Caribbean Sea, and parts of the Indian Ocean. The Pacific barracuda can be found along the eastern Pacific Ocean, especially from California to Peru. The Guachanche barracuda can be found in the western parts of the Atlantic Ocean. The pick-handle barracudas are found in the Indo-Pacific region, the Indian Ocean, and western areas of the Pacific Ocean. Yellowtail barracudas are found in the Indo-Pacific Oceans, and European barracudas are found in the Mediterranean Sea and the eastern parts of the Atlantic Ocean. Barracudas can typically be found in tropical and warm oceans. You can find them near coral reefs, seagrass beds, and in the open waters. Barracudas like to live in places where smaller fish are easier to catch. Their colors are usually silver with darker spots or stripes. They have large eyes for spotting prey, and their mouths are full of sharp, pointed teeth, and some can even look like fangs. Their tail is forked, which helps them swim really fast. Barracudas like to hover in the middle of the water and stay really still, and then they attack with a quick burst of speed. They use their teeth to grab fish to eat. Sometimes barracudas are attracted to shiny things, like silver fish scales shimmering in the water. Barracudas are usually solitary, which means they're alone most of the time. Barracudas often look like they're just floating, but they're actually watching. Barracudas can swim up to 36 miles per hour. Even though barracudas look scary, they're not really dangerous to humans. And sometimes they follow snorkelers or divers, not to attack them, but because they're curious. Barracudas can see really well, even in low light. Barracudas bite and swallow. They don't chew much. When barracudas are young and they're in a group, sometimes they're called a battery. Female barracudas can lay hundreds or thousands of eggs at once. Barracuda eggs float near the surface until they hatch. Baby barracudas grow up in shallow and safe areas until they get older and go more into the deep areas. Sometimes barracudas learn where schools of small fish like to swim, and they return to those spots so they can eat. Have you seen a real-life barracuda before? If you have, where did you see it? If you want to write to us, ask your parent to email us at animalstoriesforkids@gmail.com and tell us what you think of our stories. We would love to hear from you. Thanks for listening to Animal Stories for Kids. If you like our stories, please give us a 5-star rating, subscribe to our podcast, and share it with your friends and family. Plus, check out exclusive show-related content and join the community at patreon.com/animalstoriesforkids. Until next time, bye!